best ever scenes but TV production in my movie is the scene when Leonidas does this is Sparta thing to the Persian emissary. I mean, hey, and you come here bearing scars of conquered kings. You threaten my people with slavery. You insult my queen. And then he looks at his queen and he's like, the queen nods. And the messenger knew what exactly was about to happen. Then he says, who kills a messenger? You know, this is absurd. This is abomination. And says, this is Sparta. Then he goes.
Okay, enough about the movies, I suppose. It is a very good day and a hearty welcome to yet another exciting episode of Strictly Football, where we talk about nothing else but the most beautiful game. And of course, we with greater focus to Zimbabwean football. And it is always with great pleasure that I bring you great company that always is with me. And it is with great pleasure I introduce our panelists today. And we'll start with on my far right there, that is Coach Ruben Dart. Good to have you on the show. Always a pleasure. I know you were being told about Spartacus and Spartan and everything in between, but a great way to start the show nonetheless.
We cannot wait for the Spartan episode within the PSL football of this season in 2026.
Indeed.
It seems that everybody is a gladiator this season. They are buying in new players, bringing in new faces, both on and off the field. The supporters are moving from one team to another team. Maybe it's the cash flows that is happening end to end from each team to another team. But it's great to be on this show, Valentine. And how are you, Bevan? How's your family?
Indeed, and of course, he's here, and he's our storyteller today. And of course, we await the big moment when the gladiators get into the different arenas, and the gladiators in this instance are our football players, and the arenas being our stadia across the country as they illuminate the 2026 Premier Soccer League season. Bevan, are you ready?
I'm ready. And allow me to quote General Maximus.
Yes, please go ahead.
The Gladiator. The greatest movie of all time, by the way.
Listen to you.
Says strength and honor. That's his mantra. Strength and honor. So we are looking forward to a great show, as we are looking forward to, what promises to be one of the best seasons since the turn of the millennium, if my forecast is anything to go by. I'm looking at, like what Ruben alluded to, the off-season transfer activity. There is a lot of movement, and teams are beefing up. And for once, you're looking at a scenario where there seems to be, a clean bill of health. When you look at the teams that are there, it appears that something has been done on the financial front. So we are likely going to have a very good season. We look forward to a humdinger of a season. And, one thing that I like about it, there's a miracle, because that has happened that probably people are not privy to. If you look at, we endured, a shutdown, COVID-induced, then an unfortunate ban that we had to endure again.
Self-inflicted.
Yeah, so I knew you were going to go there. Yes, however it was, but we had that ban. Then our football took a nosedive. Standards and everything. We even failed to participate at the AFCON. But all of a sudden, we are back. And if the influx of foreign players is anything to go by, I think it speaks to how, in record time, we have gotten back to where we were, and I'm hoping that we'll just go there and go beyond. But we are likely going to have one of the best seasons. I hope our infrastructure, at least, will somehow try to
improve over the years.
Improve and maybe allow us the room to have that. And again, maybe the addition of Chawanda Stadium is also a good thing, because it then lessens the pressure on the already, pressurized facility.
Indeed, we shall have an episode to look at the issues to do with our stadia in the country and the pressure that the current season will have on the toll of most of our stadia, which means teams really have to find a way of surviving and making it work. And I'm sure it will be a headache for the PSL in this instance. But let's hope that will be solved. That could culminate into what promises to be an exciting season. But having said that, Bevan, we know that Dynamo are in Karina, Scotland are in Eswatini, Simba Bhora are in Botswana.
Where is Karina?
Akume Bevan. And it is rumored that Caps United will be in Malawi.
It's not a rumor.
Oh, it's a reality. All right, confirmation coming through there as well. Caps United should be in Malawi.
Who will be traveling?
Will be Malawi. And of course, many other islanders are asked about being happy. Karina in Mwange, so that's where they're going. That's where.
You make it now sounds as if they are in West Indies or something.
Your take on how preseason has become such an important factor, even for teams to go outside the country. And we also know the case of Ngezi Platinum Stars. They've decided to go to a local resort because of the FIFA ban. They wanted to go outside our borders, but they had to change that as well.
Yeah, I think the most important part of a season is the preparatory part, where you are preparing, and this is where the teams are. So what, if you want to critically look at the setup of most of the PSL teams this time around, you see that it's like we are having new sides through and through. Because of the movement that happened, the players going, the coaches changing and everything. So what that speaks to is there is a need then for teams to have a rapport amongst the players, a rapport between the players and the management, the players and the technical team. So if you then travel and leave your familiar surroundings, then go to a place where you are concentrating on what the objectives that you have, where you're concentrating on team building. I think that does wonders to any team. And the fact that you have mentioned Scotland, they were in Eswatini, they're back. They traveled. That was an off-season, pre-season tour. Caps United will do the same. Simba Bhora did the same. Which one?
FC Platinum.
FC Platinum. And others probably that we may
Some
not.
are keeping their location of their preseason.
But what that tells
under lock
you
and key.
is a new modus operandi from the clubs, and they are adopting the way of doing things in the contemporary setup where teams do that throughout the world. So you hear, if you go to EPO, you've got teams traveling to America and everywhere. And now we're having our teams doing that. So that will help in team building. That will help in teams developing. So, basically the preseason is 6 weeks.
Right.
So there is a lot that you have to infuse in the 6 weeks.
Right.
You've got to load the players. You've got to do the tactical aspects. You've got to do the physical aspects. Then even the social aspect, the psychological aspects. So a preseason tour will present a platform like that. And I think kudos to the teams that are doing that and the owners that are investing funds for that, because I tell you, it's not a cheap thing. Because imagine taking maybe around 40 people to go and be in Eswatini, to go and be in Malawi. You are funding everything, the flights, if they are flying, or bus fares, the accommodation, you're booking venues and everything. I think it speaks to these guys playing ball, and that's what we want in our football.
Coach Dot, what does it do to the player? Because I want you to speak to the player preparation. Some fans will take preseason as friendly. Players maybe engene form, go rhythm, no injuries. It's not as hectic, it's not as intense. But for the player, how important is this aspect, as well as for you, coach, and your technical team?
The most important thing is, like what Bevan said, it is not easy for a team to carry 40 to 50 personnel for a trip to Zambia or Malawi or even to Eswatini. It is money that is being pumped out, and it also goes to team building, like what he said. There are new players who are coming into a new setup. They need to understand their new teammates. They need also to understand the philosophy of the coach, that he wants them, the way the coach wants them to play. Generally, it's all goes down to understanding each other on a personal level also. Do you know when when you spend 2 weeks in Botswana, you are away from home, and the only person that is close to you are your teammates and your coaches. Right. And then you get to know them on a personal level. You get to understand them, and you get to know how to respect them and how to adapt to the certain scenarios that they might not want, or they want you to do things the right way. Then also, as a player, your mindset is fully focused on on your developmental side, mentally, physically, and emotionally. You know how to handle the pressure. Even when you're missing home, you understand that this is part of the job that I'm supposed to do, that I'm supposed to be away from my family, and understand that as long as I'm here, away from my family, I'm here to away from my family, I'm here to provide for them and to build a better physical aspect of the body before I venture into the new season. So prior to the new season, like what Bevan said, it takes a player between 4 to 6 weeks to be at a full capacity level of better focused in terms of your physical aspect, your mental status, and also your emotional. So when you venture on these tours, many people, they just say it's a tour, but do you know, at the same time, for something that is new in a new environment, especially for Zimbabwean football, this is the first time that we have had about 4 to 6 teams going on a preseason tour outside of Zimbabwe. Mostly it has been here in Zimbabwe, whether it is in Mutare, Gweru, you know, those geographical setups that are very demanding for our players. But now, if you see Simba Bhora in Botswana, they went to a certain country that has got this same type of climate that we have with Zimbabwe, and throughout the season, it's almost our season is hot. It's only 2 months where it's cold, but it's never that cold when you're playing football at the same time. Then also, when I'm touching at these stores for the value of the club, it's also a marketing strategy. Right. You know, people only see it as a preseason for the players, but it's also for a marketing strategy for the clubs, because they are spreading wings to other areas of the continent where they have got supporters. Remember, there are Zimbabweans who are living in Eswatini. Zimbabweans, they are scattered all over the continent, and they need to see physically their teams that they support at first hand, even when they are playing friendly matches.
Manje lezi zindala zikaHabi phela DeMbare ke ayilinda.
I know the challenge we face with we face with the Islanders and Dynamos is simple.
In way, what did you call the place?
In Wange Karina.
Karina.
I don't know why they're going out. This was their chairman, the executive chairman, saying, "Under Richard Tambo muno mura 3 to mirror one."
But you know, do you understand?
Oh, he's saying he doesn't know why those that are leaving the country that are going to for prison to.
Richard Tambo are 3.
Yeah. So says somebody when they are not so financially okay. At that point, not him personally, but as an institution.
So you see, if there are teams that are not looking forward to grow their brands outside of Zimbabwean football, they are looking at the aspect of, let us grow our brand, let us go to Eswatini, let us go to South Africa, let us go to Botswana, let us go to Malawi. There are people there who are willing to buy a Dynamo's jersey or a Simba Bhora jersey or a Scotland jersey and wear it there proudly in those foreign countries where they are located and based. And then when they come home here in Zimbabwe, they are going to visit the stadium to watch their teams play, and they will tell you, I had the chance to watch this team during the preseason, and what I saw and what I'm seeing right now, there's a great improvement. But many people just wait on when the PSL kicks off and say, this team is playing badly, but they haven't seen the progress from the first day to the last day before the season kicks off. And within the coaches also, the coach himself, he has the room also to study his players. On and off the field, they are together, almost 24/7 during those 2 weeks when they are on those preseason camps. They will understand each other.
Doing a good job about that, isn't it?
The experience of
What is it?
like getting to know the players personally, and evoking the Highlander spirit. going to the players' homes, the Ferguson kind of style in management. And I think that's the book that he's reading from and implementing it locally. And he has gone to see some of these youngsters. Prince, what's his name? Prince Ndlovu. Yes, he's gone to Prince Ndlovu. He's gone to, is it Melikaya as well? And he's gone to see, what's his name? His nickname, the gingerhead Mbeba and others.
but Valentine. Is it a familiarizing tone? He's panicking that these guys may go because listen
It's a style of management.
I appreciate
Let's give him better
I
credit of the
appreciate
doubt.
the style of management, but hear me, the names that you've mentioned, these are out for the lack
They're
of
the
a
big
better
ones of
expression,
Islanders.
they are flight risks. You're likely, if you don't tie them down, these guys are likely going to go. And these are guys that actually know that they won't struggle to find a club. And in fact, there are clubs looming around. And I say, so I don't know. I would.
But another style of management, and he's trying to fit into the players, get to understand them, where they live and how they live. And we always know some of these boys, they never let go of the bottle. I understand the Prince was saying he was injured, but so he has to also tell him how worthy you'll be in his plans.
That's true.
And give him that. And make a player understand the value that they are to the team and what the team is to them and what it can bring to the table for them as well. And I kudos to Benji for this one. This one I'll give it to you. In as much as this is in Sabesilawe, Benji on the show. This show, people don't hold back. But let's speak, gentlemen, about Ngezi Platinum Stars. They had to cancel their, out of the country tour or preseason, so to speak. And they've resolved to settle in. Do you feel that the ban is going to bite them hard and they could easily be relegation candidates this year because they can't buy players? They have to rely on their under-19, which was playing in the northern region, and they got relegated nonetheless. And it's a bit of a tumultuous time for the Platinum Miners there.
When you owe people close to 1.5 million US, you're actually a Titanic boat that is sunk to the bottom.
It's all right.
No, it's not gonna be like that. This one is a big. It's a big company. They don't need anybody to bail them out. But as a company, football comes second to them. But the first priority is what they do as a company. But to be honest with you, as a company, they should have also chipped in and also, and also paid off those they owe.
They're being relegated.
They won't be relegated. They've got.
Why are you even mentioning?
But guys,
no, it might affect others.
It might affect.
How so?
Huh? I'm saying
financially.
Not them. But I think maybe it can allow them to go back to what I've always mentioned, Bevan, over the years. That the mistake that these mining companies, the mistake that they've done over the years was to look for talent elsewhere, but not within the locals themselves. And investing in the locals and make sure from junior football, you get 2 or 3 names that come up and join the senior team and people follow and with passion, the kind of thing. I'll remind you of the Manguras of back in the day. The Efo Flats, the Wanges, and everybody. The kind of thing.
That's why you had more of Piris in Milan.
Yes, and it was like that, and it was a culture being cultivated. And I think the new the new mining giants that have come into football have folded or are failing to get enough support because of that as well.
Yeah, but I wanted to specifically speak regarding Ngezi. I think if you go back to last season, they were, in terms of playing personnel, they were one of the most resourced.
All right.
In terms of not just numbers, but quality-wise.
Quality, all right.
Yes, they lost quite a bit to Cape United. But what I'll tell you is they have enough replacement,
All right. Enough talent
to
compete this season.
to compete, because look, I haven't heard of movement of what's his name, the guy they call Juju, the number 20. Benura
yes.
is still there. Mzenda is still there. They've Ngwena is still there. They have Quadramini is still there. They have the goalkeeper Chang Marian is still there. They have quite a number of them, and a number of some
It was
of
a
the
good
juniors.
squad from,
Yes, I think
Some
Castigo is
can
still
graduate,
there.
yeah.
Castigo is still there, and so it's not really a train smash, but like I say, it's something that they will feel. They will feel it, but I think it's a side that has it within them, the ability to steer the marquee.
Who do they get as a coach, by the way?
They've got Mutuze,
Mutuze.
who's also
He's
a very good
coach.
A very
And good with the
coach.
juniors as well.
He's being assisted now by Jairo, the one who got Hunters promoted.
Yeah.
So
And
I understand. I think Limited Cover has become the
manager.
the manager or something there. So it's a side. I think they still retained Marvelous Mkumba. So there is a bit of balance there. It's not really a train
All right.
smash.
So it's good that you sympathize and not sympathize, but being analytical
Yeah,
in your,
it's
in
just a
your
side
approach.
that I happen to know a bit about.
You know it very well. Thank you very much. That's why we have you here. He's the expert and he gets us on the right track. Now, let's speak to Cape United themselves. They'll be going to Malawi. And I know you've been following a bit of them. And I saw a program on ZBC TV. It was on the break, is it? And a lot is happening there in terms of their. Maybe if you can give us the inside of the progress they're making under the new tutelage of Chiragwi and the backroom staff that they got. And by the way, I love their jersey. I have to tell you, you should see. Anyone at Caps, please. Can I get that black, that green and black jersey?
It is.
Please. Wow.
It is making inroads. I have a bit of mixed feelings, as you know, Zimbabweans. You know, we are opinionated. You know, but
now, especially when you get airtime, data.
Yeah. But
become journalists.
From my perspective, I think it's quite a nice jersey. And for me, I think I may not share the same opinion with others, but I think on that one, Diego did quite well. They are carrying off. I think that's off. But as to what is happening, I think there is a lot that is happening in terms of preparations there. You want to look at, they brought in a number of players. As you know, they brought in quite, I think, 7 or 8 from Ngezi. Platinum that Takesure Chiragwi came with. So, yeah. And now the thing is, they brought players that have experience. It's a side that I think those that want that have got their sight set on the Premiership. It's a side that they have also to consider. All right. If you are whatever team and you want to win the Premier Soccer League this season, you've got to also look at them as potential title winners, because you look, they have got the experience of Kante. That's the number 4, Richard Achiro. They have.
So they've got 2 countries.
Yeah, they've got 2 countries now. So
you've got balance within your team.
Yes, you've got your Shandiro, you've got him, you've got Kundai Benyi, who's probably going to be like a new signing after enduring a bit of injury. They've got a very good, watch this guy. They've got a very good midfielder called Lloyd Njalio. Yes, you see.
The Malawi.
Yes. And there's also Chawananga Kawonga. Yes, you may appear diminutive, but the movement and the changes that he does, I think is also one player to watch. And they have brought in your Gurendes, the character in Talent Chamboko. They have Chiguida. So to fortify, imagine they have Chitoshi, they have Jimmy Zingai.
Many leaders in that team, isn't it?
Yes, they have Bruno, what's his name?
Ntigo.
No. Kadamanja.
Okay.
You get it. So they've got your Devson Maroas, they have, I mean, in terms of names and quality, I think they are there. They have, it's now on the coach to be able then to bring rapport between the players, because there are a number of players that he brought from Ngezi, and he found others there.
Anofana ngathi wothi ngihambe nomgogodla, the backbone.
Yes. So he brought those.
Yeah.
Then also there are changes. Like, he's not new to the setup. I mean, he grew up literally in the Cape United setup. So he knows everything about Cape United inside out. Then also there is, one advantage that I think he also has is, besides the fact that he has assistants in Ian Bakala, former teammate, and Joseph Kamwende, former teammate as well for him. He has got an advantage that international Ngomasha.
Hey, Kamwendo.
Ian Bakala.
Deko, Bakala.
There's international Ngomasha.
Nengomasha.
He
The experience.
Yes, Nengomasha is
Remember, we'll deal with those midfielders.
He's not just your.
No,
like
you
your,
deal
your
with
team
those
manager. He's also
contributing.
technical brains on the bench. So in that it gives him a bit of balance. I think it's a season that good things should be expected from them. And there's this young guy that I saw. I'm yet to really pick up the name. He plays at right back, tallish, not the tall, but average height, light skinned. Yeah, I'll find the name and I'll tell you that's one player to watch out for. And by the way, they have to not make it also. So it's like, yeah, they have.
Did you make the grade?
Yeah, he's there. So
now, having said that, I mean, Cape United look like title contenders indeed, from what Bevan is saying. And I don't know what your take is, but I'm sure, Bevan, we have a headache when we come towards the start of the season, when we give our prediction for the top 5 and the bottom 5 as well. Bottom 4 rather, and top 5. But Coach Dowd, let's talk about Hardrock themselves. They've been doing their business quite a lot, and it looks like they're not done. They've added one Newman Pilisi. Pilisi from Eswatini. They're looking into him as well. Yeah. They're still going there as well to look at. They mean business, and they could emulate that is Scotland with their record could be in danger. Yeah.
As you can see, most of the Zimbabwean teams have been going to Eswatini to raid teams from that side. It means it shows that how good these players are, and also how the Eswatini league has improved over the years. Remember, besides them doing business that side in Eswatini, it is also good for the Zimbabwean flag also as a nation, that the more foreigners are coming into our league, the more our football improves, and also more eyes will be on our league. To be honest with you, I've read about this young boy, Siviso. He's only 22, turning 23 later in November this year, and he has also been kept by the Eswatini national team, I think 2 or 3 times, and he has played 2 full caps for the national team.
That's what the latest one.
Yeah. And when you look for somebody at that kind of with that kind of CV, he's yet to prove that he is a seasoned player, but he has great potential to do better. Then you cannot leave out that talent. Although we want the local talent also to be part and parcel of the PSL, but if we've got better talent that is coming out from outside of Zimbabwe, coming into our league, it is better for our league, because the marketing strategy, it shows that our league is growing from the way it was before. Just after the suspension that we had with FIFA, like you always say, the self-inflicted ban that we had. So many foreigners coming into our league, these are our brothers, these are our kids. We want them also to learn our culture, and also for our kids that are also at Simba, Bhora, or any other team, to also learn from these boys that if those guys are coming from their countries to come and play in Zimbabwe, there is no way they can also be limited from moving out of Zimbabwe to go for greener pastures, either in South Africa or in Europe. And Simba, Bhora have gone. Have done their business quite well during this off-season. They've brought in quite a number of players, even from Malawi. And if you can go through them, most of them have got experience playing for their national teams, which can be an added value to their teams. And then when we talk about title contenders, yes, we've got Caps United, and that Caps United have got a very, very strong squad on paper right now in Zimbabwe, to be honest with you. This is one team that everybody must be scared of. And then when you look at Simba Bhora, it's another team that will be competing also for the title this season. And if I touch a little bit of Ngezo, like what you were saying, Bevan was saying, they still have a number of their seasoned players with them. Now the onus is on them to prove that even some of their players have moved to Caps United, including the technical staff. They have the means and also the capability to push for the title this season. For the past 3-4 seasons, Ngezi Platinum has been hovering between number 1 and number 4, and they've shown that they've got the quality and they've got the means. Although the FIFA ban is also affecting them, but I don't think this season it can affect them that long term. But going beyond the 2026-2027 season, it might come into effect now that they might not produce greater results, because if they don't pay up, it means they will not have quality players also joining their teams, and also the squad will be aging. But to Simba Bhora, I see them competing. Simba Bhora, Caps United, and look out for also Chicken Inn. They've got a very, very good squad also within their hands.
And you haven't said that.
Sorry, I just wanted to. We were talking also about Hardrock, right?
Yes, Hardrock.
So I hear they have a player. So the names may be tricky, but I know the nickname is the Tiger.
Ah.
So I hear he's
From Navigator they've got Navigator and the Tiger.
I hear he comes highly recommended. He's there. He's a holding midfielder, but
He's from where?
He scores. Where everyone is getting.
From Eswatini.
I think from
Zingizi.
the Zingizi, whatever you call them. I think those are tongue twisters. But
If they beat you, you buy them.
yeah,
the club style.
Yeah, I hear
You need
he's
them.
very young. He's coming in, and I hear he's a goal scoring holding midfielder. So imagine a midfield that is him, that is Donald Mdad, that is Junior Makuni.
Yeah.
And others that are probably skipping my head, because they are doing what Scotland did last season in terms of player acquisition. But yeah, it's
Do you see them emulating Scotland, Andres?
in terms of winning the
from
Premiership.
Yeah, they won't.
I don't think it's gonna be easy, because remember you've got
It could be the season of gelling the next season, maybe.
You've got to understand there's a reason why it took 40 years for that record to be broken.
But Stans are broke it. Eh?
Yeah,
but after 40 years.
So that it's not; those are not records that you just come in and break at will or on a whim. These are things that take time. And remember, these teams, they are also preparing. Because I'll tell you one thing you've got to realize: do not be fooled to think that Dynamos, Islanders, and Cape United are going to have seasons like they had last season. These three teams will
but
be
DeMbare.
there. You know, I'm shocked when people. I had this discussion.
DeMbare very ngaphuma says,
Wait.
inhliziyo yaba buhlungu.
I had a conversation with somebody regarding Dynamos. Hey, Dynamos are now Simba. And I'm like, but you guys, are you looking at the list of the players that are there? Because see, the problem, you may go to Cape Town and talk of the big names that you are hearing there, right? But you and I had the privilege of covering the Premiership last season. We saw some of these players. Yeah. So they've got a Pedra there, who's a decent centre-back. Right? So pair him with Clive Mandive.
Oh.
That's a good centre-back pairing, right? You're going to have one of the parties was either Anotida, Ishe, or Ebo. At left back. You can have Magwaza at right back. Already okay. You've got Trevor Mavunga there. You've got Shadrack Nyawa, who I understand is now the captain there. Yeah. You've got Teomo Pio. I don't know what people are looking at. I don't know what people... And remember...
And
you also have Bhora there, who's a
and
very
now,
good player, probably, who was waiting
and also
for...
it is rumored, though it is now in limbo, kind of. I used to like this player, Mr. Chibuku.
William Manondo. What's the limbo about?
The challenge is, I don't know, it's contractual, really. And I don't think with the season that he had last season, he could be in a very...
The bargaining power is not as...
it's not as, but he still values himself a bit, you know. So I think it has to reach at a certain level where he understands that his market value has depreciated because of last season and what happened to him last season.
He's one player that I would have Dynamos acquire.
Acquire for
Because
goals.
when you've got a player like Kasondo there,
Yes.
he may not be that much of a scorer,
scorer.
but he works so hard. And William Manundo knows where the goal line is.
Yes.
So if they have William Manundo and a work was like, it's going to be like the scenario at your Liverpool. I was looking for a word that refused to come. Where the time you had Bobby, what was his name? The Brazilian.
Oh, yeah.
Firmino.
Firmino.
yes.
He would do all the dirty work and others would just score. So Kasondo would do that for William Manundo. Remember, they also have Xavi. So I don't know what it is that people look at and say, Dynamos, you need to see these players on the field of play.
But word on the street is that currently Manondo is not going to be offered a contract because they say he's still injured, and also from him he's saying from one of the street lingos, one of the coaches wanted Choko so that he can get a contract. But we don't dwell on street
of
lingos
course,
in
yes,
football. But one thing that I would like to encourage Dynamos is to sign this player, because if you look at the history of Dynamos, whenever they are rebuilding, there's a season they had Agent Sao coming in.
Oh, I remember that.
He became the top goal scorer, and he went back into the national team setup. Then there's a season also they had what was his name? Takesure, yeah.
Yes.
He came back. He did
Malajila
well.
came back.
Malajila came back. He did well. And those, the elite players who we might think they are done and dusted, they've always proven that beyond what their age limit, they can always produce the result that is required. For Dynamos right now, they needed a proven goal scorer with a proven record like Manondo. Last year, this team literally struggled to score goals.
Goals were
You know, they struggled.
Because there was no one of note.
Yeah. So you need somebody, a big name who can bang those goals. Given a slight chance, he can take a chance and make sure that what do you call it? The crowd at Tufaro? The other one, the powerful crowd that they is always singing goes wild. There's the DeMbare end, the town end, the Vietnam stand. If you
Goes like poof.
because these are people of various opinions.
People will forgive you for this one.
But these are people of various opinions. They are always having their own team within their mouths whenever Dynamos is playing.
Yeah,
they're
people
always
of various
saying,
opinions. You know.
"Ninga kachwa nokutanga,
Don't
ninga
know
kachwa nogara panze." But to be honest with you, these guys are the same people that will rally the team behind greater success. And to be honest with you, Dynamos needs Manondo, not the other way around.
All right, so there you have it. And we know a chicken in there. We've unveiled Temptation Chiwunga, as well as, what's the other player that...
Vasily.
Vasily Kawe. Yes, they're
Coach's favorite.
Yeah, the coach's favorite. And
I don't think
You'll
he's
get the
I don't
crown.
think he's the coach's favorite.
He's
For
the
me,
crown's favorite.
I think he is the trusted lieutenant.
Yeah.
Because to be honest with
He
you,
delivers. I think he suits what Stanza wants.
Yeah.
So, yeah, and that's maybe probably because we're running out of time.
Yeah.
But I'll tell you, chicken in, it's one side. That's also going to be,
I would have loved for us, gentlemen, to speak to the signing in of Scotland and Durban City, the relationship that they are having, and what it means to Zimbabwean football. I'm sure we have some time to...
fruits of
Yeah.
preseason tours.
Yeah, indeed, we shall touch a bit on that some other time. Well, kusina kutetelwana, and we have to call it a day here on Strictly Football, where today we give you a daily dose of what to expect in the forthcoming 2026 Kasulaga Premier Soccer League, and we're looking ahead to it. I must thank my two guests for making time and being with us today. It's an edition of Strictly Football. Coached out, as always, the gladiator here on the set, but thank you very much for making time.
well, thank you as the fellow gladiator on this set, and the gladiators that will be watching the PSL. Wish them all the best, and injury-free seasons are ahead of them.
And Maximus, indeed, he's here with us. We have to conclude with you. I'm sure you will conclude with a quote for us.
Yeah, strength and honor.
Strength and honor. There you go. Bevan Shudai, thank you very much for making time.
Always a pleasure. Man.
Well, the rest of the world. I don't want to say Zimbabwe, because I don't know where you are, in whatever part of the world you're watching this session of Strictly Football. Certainly hope you did enjoy it. My name is Valentine Mabugu. On behalf of the crew behind the scenes, myself, the producers, everybody involved in this cast, I must thank you and say happy viewing. Catch us next time, same time, right here on ZBC Entertainment. Yeah, boy.
Thank you, Visilikawe.